Oh dear. Well, that was Psychic World, so let's play another Psycho game, which is Psycho Fox.
Like Gray Fox?
Well,
Gray Fox
actually,
and Psycho Mantis had a baby?
despite what the startup screen tells you, he is not actually a psychopathic fox. He is actually a magical fox.
Oh, like all foxes in Japan.
Yes.
And he's standing in front of a sweaty hippo?
Yep. He also has extending hand syndrome.
Finally, a game with some swagger.
Yeah, this game has a lot of swagger. It also has absolutely ridiculous speed when you get up and start moving. Which is a real problem because, well, you run into enemies. Also, that little bird I picked up, you are supposed to pick him up because carrying him gives you an extra hit, so to speak. However, there's a problem. While you are carrying him, when you press the attack button, you will throw him instead of actually punching.
Brilliant.
Also, another interesting little detail is that this game uses proper physics for jumping, which means that if you jump and then press forward, you are only getting a few millimeters. So you actually need a running start to get off platforms that are about as wide as your character.
I love realistic jumping physics in my platformers.
When I'm playing as a psychotic fox, I want realistic physics.
Yeah. I demand nothing less.
Yep.
I'm hoping you come across like a pig man.
Well, the thing is that
We lost
once
someone.
you have picked up a certain number of items, yes, I think we lost Tensai. He exploded.
I do that sometimes.
Oh, you're alive. Thank God.
So, anyway, by pressing the start button, and here's the amazing thing, you actually press the start button on the console. And then you access this little wonderful menu.
Use your voodoo man, or you don't have any.
No, I don't have any. However, I do have these. And using one of those onmyoji sticks that are used in exorcisms normally in Japan, I can turn into a hippo, monkey, or tiger.
Hippo.
Gotta be the hippo.
Hippo.
Wonderful. That probably means I can't even complete this level.
Oh, like you were going to anyway.
Hey, I'll have you know that I've actually reached World 2-4 in this.
Can the hippo swim? Is that his power?
Interesting fact there. Yeah, there are enemies in some of the eggs, so you have to be ready for that.
So, in addition to being a psychotic fox, you're also a Shinto shrine maiden.
Yep, and because the hippo is so fat, he can't actually manage the very first jump.
Hippos can swim. Hippos can swim!
They more float, really, and...
Well, either way, water shouldn't be able to kill them.
Yeah, and the hilarious thing is that later on in the game you reach a point that you can't actually pass by jumping, and that had me completely stumped for several minutes until I actually went online and checked the guide. And it turns out, hey, guess what? On some areas with water, you can actually run on the water if you're running fast enough, because he will start bouncing on his ass. Water kills you with no exception up until that point, and then suddenly you're supposed to just run into water.
Is it the same water, though? Does it look the same?
It looks exactly the same.
That's a dick move. Do you turn to another animal now?
I can turn into another animal.
Demo
yeah.
all the animals.
Right, we can play as the monkey, which is pretty much the best character because he's fast and he can jump shit high. Which means, fuck physics. I'll just jump around like I'm on the goddamn moon. Deal with it.
Monkeys, known for their incredible jumping height.
That is a nice demonstration too of why I hate carrying the bird. It doesn't actually hit straight in front of you.
It has a power up.
Yeah. It has a bit of an arc to it, and yeah. There I accidentally touched something. Which means that I'm going on a one-way trip into the watery depths. And, well, guess what? There's only one checkpoint per level. At the very, very start.
This doesn't seem very psycho to me.
Well, it turns the player into a psycho soon enough.
Put me in a psychotic rage.
Right, so
Damn foxes.
let's be the tiger instead.
The cross-eyed tiger.
Yep, the tiger is the fastest character, which is useful if you want to make some of these longer jumps, because, well, he's basically the only one that can gain enough speed on most maps to make those ridiculous jumps. Also, woo, leap of faith. There are a lot of those in this game. Such as there, where if I had let go just a tenth of a second later, I would have literally been propelled into the water without the ability to actually avoid it.
Surprised this game never caught on. With all these genius designs.
It is actually regarded as one of the very best platformers on the system.
That's not saying much.
If you're crazy. I mean, I like Chuck Rock too, but doesn't mean it's a
let's
perfectly
just not
designed
talk
game.
about that, because, wow. I still do not understand how.
Well, you're a caveman baby. What's not to like?
Everything.
Fair enough.
Well, let's head up on here and explore this wonderful area. Oh, see that? That is an extra life, and you actually have to chase the fucker down. So, if you are being cautious and just poke the egg and then take a step back to make sure that there aren't any nasty things in there, you will not be able to catch up with it. And more often than not, these extra lives are at the very edge of a platform leading to instant death. So you chase after it like the idiot you are, and you fall like Gollum into the Mount Doom chasing the One Ring.
I realize we're killing crabs again.
I think there's some sort of strange snail, actually.
Looks like
I'm still not sure if we've ever seen any bats today.
We haven't seen any bats yet, that is true. Now then, watch me get killed here, because the bloody bird returns just in time for my punch to do nothing. Jesus. And this is another wonderful thing. Enemies still have a hitbox after you killed them. Which means that it is entirely possible, if you're running fast enough and just punching blindly in front of you, you will suffer a double kill.
double knockout.
Yeah. Which is every bit as wonderful as you can imagine in a game like this. And oh, sorry, that egg had an enemy. And watch that, the bird returns to me while I am dying and kills the enemy.
He's helping.
This is a game of MAD, really. Everyone dies. Horribly. There is no escape. And I'm specifically trying to not use that bloody pole, because it always throws you somewhere where you do not want to be.
What happens when you jump anyway, so...
Well, it basically flings you off slightly further than you can jump.
We've learned today that you're not very good at pole vaulting.
Can a hippo break those blocks?
Indeed, the hippo has the ability to kick those blocks in, but...
How did I know?
So, what do we have here? Whee! That is how you're supposed to do it. In a 8-bit platformer where all other forms of water kills you, why would you ever just run into the water?
I think that water was slightly bluer.
Then what? The
Yellow
water in the glass in front of you?
The water that kills you.
And another double kill, and the bird flies back and picks up the item for me.
Well, here, you'll need this in the afterlife.
Oh dear. Well,
Psycho Fox.
yep, pretty much.
Psycho game for psycho people. Also furries.
You can be any four of your soul animals.
Which one is your fursona?
We ain't going there.